The sandwich is practically an American institution, a basic essential for lunchboxes, parties, and picnics. But what about the sandwiches that graced every table back in the day and then slowly disappeared? Some were born out of necessity, others were household staples. Today, we're reviving 30 old-school sandwiches that once filled lunchboxes, fed families, and brought comfort with every bite. Some were strange, some genius, all unforgettable. Let's bring back the flavor. 1. Peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. Strange? Yes. Delicious? Surprisingly. Popularized in the 1920s, this combo of tangy mayo and sweet peanut butter was originally crafted as a cheap source of energy for workers. The result? A creamy, sweet, and savory blend that shocked many, in a good way. It may sound off-putting today, but this combination was a staple in lunchboxes across the South and Midwest. Some even added sliced bananas or pickles to make it more filling. As modern palates turned toward less adventurous pairings, the PB and mayo combo faded, but it remains a fascinating artifact of culinary creativity. 2. Pimento cheese sandwich. A Southern classic, this sandwich was everywhere during the mid-20th century. Creamy cheddar, diced pimentos, and a touch of mayo, all slathered between soft white bread. Pimento cheese became known as the caviar of the South due to its widespread popularity and versatility. People added it to burgers, served it at tea parties, or ate it straight from the bowl. Over time, mass production led to a dip in quality and decline in interest. But homemade pimento cheese, when done right, is a tangy, creamy dream deserving of a revival. 3. Egg salad on grilled sourdough. Think creamy egg salad with crisp bacon, sliced tomato, and lettuce, grilled on sourdough until golden. Not just a sandwich, but a full-on comfort experience. Simple, rich, and packed with memories. Egg salad sandwiches gained traction in the 1940s and 50s as a protein-rich, economical lunch option. The addition of sourdough and grilling gave it a gourmet twist. Its decline came with the rise of pre-packaged lunch meat and faster meal options. But for anyone who's tried one fresh off the grill, the appeal never really faded. 4. Anchovy paste sandwich. Big in the 50s and 60s, this salty spread wasn't for the faint of heart. Anchovies, breadcrumbs, olive oil, and milk turned into a savory paste, paired with cucumbers for crunch and served on toast. Anchovy paste sandwiches were popular in coastal communities and among immigrant households where preserved fish was common. While anchovy flavor can be polarizing, the sandwich offered a nutritious, umami-packed punch. As taste became milder and processed options dominated shelves, anchovy paste fell into obscurity. Still, its robust flavor deserves a comeback among adventurous foodies. 5. Bacon and peanut butter sandwich. This unexpected combo hit big in the mid-1900s. Crispy bacon, creamy peanut butter, and banana slices stacked between toasted bread. Salty, sweet, fatty, this one's a cheat day favorite. It became popularized in part by Elvis Presley, whose favorite version included honey and was grilled like a panini. Despite sounding strange, the contrasting flavors work shockingly well. It's calorie-dense and flavorful, ideal for hard laborers or comfort food seekers. As dietary trends shifted toward lighter fare, it lost favor, but in terms of indulgence, it still reigned supreme. 6. Mock ham salad sandwich. Made during times of rationing, this budget-friendly sandwich used bologna, chopped boiled eggs, pickles, onions, and mayo. It mimicked ham salad without needing actual ham, and it worked surprisingly well. The Depression era saw many mock recipes like this, and they became family staples. Some versions used leftover scraps to avoid waste, making it practical and sustainable. Today it might seem overly processed, but with fresh ingredients and proper seasoning, it's a tasty, nostalgic bite worth recreating. 7. Bologna salad sandwich. Similar to mock ham, but with a smoother texture, bologna was ground up with hard-boiled eggs, mayo, and relish, cold, creamy, and filling. This one was all about frugality and flavor. Served at picnics, school lunches, and factory break rooms, it was easy to prepare and could feed many. While bologna has lost some of its former glory due to its processed nature, this sandwich can still be made healthier with fresh, quality ingredients. Add a bit of Dijon mustard and red onion for a more modern twist. 8. Fried Spam sandwich. Spam became a household name during World War II. Fry up a thick slice, add mustard or mayo, slap it between toast, and you've got a wartime classic that's still delicious. Spam was affordable, long-lasting, and rich in protein, everything families needed during shortages. Fried Spam sandwiches became symbols of resilience. Though viewed today with skepticism, Spam has seen a resurgence, especially in fusion cuisines like Korean and Hawaiian dishes. This sandwich is a greasy, savory throwback with serious staying power. 9. Egg and sardine sandwich. Popular from the 1920s to the 50s, this protein-packed sandwich was simple and affordable. Mashed eggs and sardines between slices of bread. Surprisingly balanced in flavor, sardines were a staple pantry item, rich in omega-3s and calcium. Combined with egg, this sandwich offered both nutrition and convenience. As fresh meat became more accessible, canned fish fell out of favor. Still, if you're open to strong flavors, this one's worth revisiting, maybe with a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of black pepper. 10. Mock chicken sandwich. Another Depression-era creation, this chicken sandwich used chopped tomatoes, boiled egg, cheese, herbs, and onion, cooked down and served warm. A creative, comforting classic. The mixture mimicked the texture of shredded chicken, fooling even picky eaters. It was born from necessity but tasted like luxury. Today, it's a clever vegetarian alternative and can be upgraded with spices or toasted buns. Like many of its era, it teaches us that flavor doesn't have to come from fancy ingredients, just imagination. 11. Chicken liver sandwich. This sandwich might not be the favorite it used to be in the 50s, but it's still a hidden gem. Chicken livers, once cooked and chopped finely, offered a savory richness. Often paired with mayo, onions, and lettuce on whole wheat bread, it was a bold-tasting sandwich for those who appreciated deep flavor. It took time to prepare, which contributed to its decline. However, if you're craving something hearty and old-fashioned, this sandwich has serious comeback potential. 12. Banana and mayonnaise sandwich. A sweet and tangy southern specialty that baffles the uninitiated. Slices of ripe banana layered with mayonnaise on soft white bread. It's oddly satisfying. This sandwich originated as a Depression-era treat, offering quick energy from cheap, accessible ingredients. While modern palates might find it unusual, the flavor balance of sweet banana and zesty mayo is oddly addictive. Many Southerners still swear by it as a nostalgic comfort food. Try it with toasted bread for extra texture, or add a drizzle of honey for a twist. It's a relic worth revisiting. 13. Potted meat sandwich. Potted meat was a pantry staple in the early 20th century when refrigeration was limited and shelf-stable foods were king. Made by slow-cooking meat until tender and then canning it with spices, potted meat was cheap, flavorful, and easy to spread. Slathered on white bread with butter or mustard, this sandwich was a quick fix during hard times. While its texture and saltiness might turn off modern foodies, the convenience can't be denied. Add fresh herbs or pickles for a refresh. It's comfort food in its simplest form. 14. Deviled ham sandwich. Deviled ham gained popularity in the 19th century and stayed strong well into the mid-1900s. Made with ground ham mixed with mayo, mustard, chopped onions, and spices like paprika and black pepper, it had a zingy kick and rich flavor. People loved how versatile it was, served on toast, crackers, or as a sandwich filling. While it was eventually edged out by more modern spreads and deli meats, it still has fans today. Making your own deviled ham from scratch is easy, affordable, and way tastier than the canned stuff. 15th, cheese and Marmite sandwich. This bold British-born combo found its way to American tables during the early 20th century. Marmite, a salty, yeasty spread, is definitely an acquired taste. But when paired with mild cheese on buttered bread, it becomes surprisingly balanced. Popular with vegetarians for its B vitamin content, the sandwich offered strong flavor without meat. Marmite faded from US popularity as processed foods dominated, but it's still beloved in the UK. If you like bold umami flavors, this sandwich is worth exploring. 16th, cold meatloaf sandwich. Sometimes leftovers are better the next day. Enter the cold meatloaf sandwich. Usually served on white bread with mayo, mustard, or ketchup, and maybe a slice of cheese, This sandwich was a fridge-raiders' dream. Born from practicality, it turned dinner into a hearty lunch the next day. Its decline came with changing habits. Smaller families, less home cooking, fewer leftovers. But if you make meatloaf today, save a slice. It's rich, nostalgic, and satisfying straight from the fridge. 17th, corned beef tongue sandwich. Not for the faint of heart, this delicacy was once common in Jewish delis and fine kitchens. Beef tongue, when brined and sliced thin, is tender, savory, and packed with flavor. Served on rye with mustard and pickles, it was a gourmet treat. Preparing tongue is time-consuming, which led to its decline. But among traditional food lovers, it's a prized cut. If you're ever at a deli that serves it, don't miss the chance to try a true throwback. It's a lesson in respecting nose-to-tail eating. 18. Chicken and cranberry sandwich. This sandwich screams autumn comfort. Shredded roast chicken, mayo, dried cranberries, green onions, and sometimes chopped apple or pecans. It was a holiday-inspired lunch favorite. The sweet tart cranberry paired beautifully with savory poultry, making it feel both fancy and cozy. As trends shifted to more minimalist or meat-free meals, it became less common. But it's still a perfect way to use leftover holiday meats. Add arugula or brie for an elegant twist. 19. Scrapple and egg sandwich. Scrapple, made from pork scraps and cornmeal, was a breakfast staple in Pennsylvania Dutch communities. Fry it until crispy, top it with a fried egg, slap it between bread, breakfast sandwich heaven. It was cheap, nutritious, and filling, which made it ideal for laborers. As breakfast menus modernized and Scrapple became harder to find outside the Mid-Atlantic, the sandwich faded, but its fans remained fiercely loyal. Try it if you like sausage patties or corned beef hash. 20th head cheese sandwich. Don't let the name fool you. Head cheese isn't cheese at all. It's a terrine made from cooked pig head meat, pressed into a jelly-like loaf and sliced cold. Served on rye with spicy mustard and pickles, this sandwich was a rustic delicacy in many European American households. While it's less common today, it still appears in Eastern European and Southern cuisine. It's a texture-rich, protein-heavy snack that tells the story of frugal, full animal cooking. 21st baked bean sandwich. Born during the Depression, this sandwich was as basic as it gets. Leftover baked beans mashed between slices of bread. It sounds strange, but the sweet, smoky beans paired well with soft white bread or hearty wheat. Some versions added ketchup or mustard. It was filling and nutritious, especially when meat was hard to come by. While today it's more novelty than norm, it's still worth a try if you love beans or need a meatless Monday fix. 22nd, cream cheese and olive sandwich. A hit at tea parties and children's lunches, this sandwich was made by blending cream cheese with chopped green olives and spreading it on rye or white bread. The briny olives cut through the rich cheese, creating a salty, creamy treat. Sometimes a splash of olive brine or garlic powder was added for extra zing. It faded as cream cheese got replaced by deli meats and sweeter spreads. But it's perfect for picnics or finger foods and pairs great with tomato soup. 23rd, fried bologna sandwich. A diner classic that still shows up across the Midwest and South. Fry thick slices of bologna until the edges curl, add cheese, maybe mustard or pickles, and sandwich it between toast. It's hot, salty, crispy, and pure Americana. Bologna's reputation suffered over time due to its processed nature, but nostalgia keeps this sandwich alive. Want to elevate it? Use smoked bologna, artisan mustard, or even a fried egg. 24th raw onion sandwich. It may sound aggressive, but this sandwich, usually just raw onion slices on buttered bread with salt and pepper, was a working-class favorite. Some added lettuce or mayo. The idea: onions are cheap, flavorful, and surprisingly refreshing. People swore it boosted immunity and energy. While its aroma might scare co-workers today, it's a unique bite of food history that's still enjoyed in some rural regions. 25th, pineapple and cheese sandwich. Sweet meets savory in this sandwich made with canned pineapple rings, cheddar cheese, and mayo on white bread. Popular in the 50s and 60s during the height of pineapple mania, it was part of a larger trend of sweet-savory fusion dishes. Today it might seem retro and odd, but it actually works. Think Hawaiian pizza, but simpler. Great toasted or served cold with ham for a tropical twist. 26th olive nut sandwich. Popular among vegetarians and tea-time diners, this spread was made by finely chopping black olives and walnuts, mixing with mayo and spreading on bread. The earthy crunch of nuts with salty olives was rich and satisfying. While not as mainstream today, it's a fun way to get creative with sandwich spreads. Try it on dark rye or pumpernickel for a vintage feel. 27th, butter and peanut butter sandwich. Sometimes simplicity wins. Just butter and peanut butter, layered together. It added richness and a little salt to the nutty spread, creating a deeper flavor. Popular among kids and grandparents alike, this combo fell out of fashion as peanut butter and jelly became king, but it's worth revisiting, especially if you're short on ingredients. 28th, mashed potato sandwich. Leftover mashed potatoes, seasoned and layered on buttered bread, often with ketchup or gravy. It was the definition of making do with what you had. Filling, starchy, and comforting, it worked especially well toasted. Some added cheese or onions. Today it's a rare sight, but a brilliant way to handle leftovers. 20th fluffernutter sandwich. Peanut butter and marshmallow fluff, invented in the early 20th century and immortalized in the lunchboxes of the 50s and 60s. Sticky, sweet, and indulgent, the fluffernutter was childhood in a sandwich. Over time, concerns about sugar pushed it out of fashion, but it still has a cult following. Toast it for a melty, gooey treat. 30. Tomato and mayonnaise sandwich. A southern summer classic. Just sliced ripe tomatoes, mayo, salt, and pepper on white bread. That's it. When tomatoes were fresh off the vine, nothing tasted better. It's still a favorite in some regions, but fast food and year-round tomatoes made the seasonal sandwich less common. At its best with heirloom tomatoes and Duke's mayo, don't skip the salt. These sandwiches didn't rise from fine dining or gourmet trends. They came from lunch counters, church potlucks, grandma's kitchen, and the frugal hearts of working-class America. They're proof that great food doesn't need fancy ingredients or five-star presentation, just creativity, resourcefulness, and a little heart. So dust off that loaf of bread, open your pantry, and give one of these a try. You might be surprised by what you've been missing, and you'll definitely taste a slice of the past.